Chieftain News here, breaking into you guys on 6:32 p.m. on July 10th, 2021. Well, I hope everybody's had a good week, and I hope you're having a nice weekend, a nice Saturday afternoon. This is a show that some people have been waiting for, and before I start, I just wanted to remind everybody that I'm not doing this for monetarization or to take people to Patreon or GoFundMe or anything. In fact, this is the reason I pretty much don't have any video images is because this isn't about me, and it's not about a media site. This is basically a reporting platform for me to tell you guys what's going on, and I'm not the important thing here. The issue is the news that's here. That's what's the priority. So that's why I'm doing this, guys. So anyway, well, let's dig in, shall we? Um, the best is for last. The shift that has been a big puzzlement to some of the folks that are subscribers and stuff curious about it. The time frame of the shift that I had spoken about a few shows ago. That it's been revealed. The master plan has been revealed on that. So we'll get to that. I'll say that for the last. Okay. So um, we're going to cover the Earth changes, and then we're going to cover the United States a little bit, and then we're going to move to the Middle East, and then the shift, and then commentary, guys. Just give you a heads up. It's going to be a little bit lengthy here, but moving on. The sun is doing a lot of solar flares and a lot of CMEs, and they're going to increase, and it's causing the increase. One every so many days or every day. We're having one, and we're catching corners of it here and corners of it there, and sometimes we're getting run over by one here and there, and it is radiating our atmosphere. And the atmosphere is being radiated, is it's working its way into our Earth's soil, the crust, and it's going into the core, causing heating up the planet core. Planet core, when it heats up, like anything and a lot of things, um, it swells, it expands, and that's what's going on. The Earth's crust is under a lot of pressure, and is being forced to expand along with the core. It doesn't have a choice. So that's the skin on the core. Basically, is the Earth's crust. Let's see. The western U.S. mega drought continues, and it's not getting any better. Actually, it's getting worse. The crops, the livestock, and the people over there are actually starting to hurt. Scientists are saying now that the Scientific American Scientific magazine had an article in it that the drought has spread to 93% of the western half of the United States, and they said, "quote This has never happened," unquote. And like I said, you can find that. You can look and Google that as well. The article up. If it doesn't show up, because I looked on it on my phone, and you can't find it. But if I look at it on my internet here at the house, I can find it. It's kind of interesting. Interesting. So that's going on. The drought is it's moving unfortunately to the east, the Dakotas, Minnesotas, and Iowa, and more, and that's not good. Along with the plague of those winged critters that we got, that's a pestilence right now here in the United States, is growing in numbers also as well, and has taken flight and has been seen on weather radar in large swarms across the western half of the United States, and they're eating away. They are eating away. So unfortunately, it's really sad for the farmers who grow crops and livestock, the ranchers who do have livestock. This is really not a good situation. So, but hey, the end commentary, it all comes together in the commentary at the end of the show. So, the heat wave in the Northeast is notable. I mean, if you guys haven't heard, there's been 130-degree temperatures up in Canada, 120s in Washington State, and some places in Oregon and California and Nevada, Utah, and places. There's been extreme heat up there, and that's not normal. It's cool on the southern half of the United States. It's like high 80 degrees, low 90s, but yet up in the Northwest, they're sweating it up there. I mean, they're having to stay by water sources to wet themselves down. They have no AC in their homes, and in fact, their homes are built in to keep heat in, um, and they don't have any AC units in the house. So that's forced to go outdoors and stay by a water source to cool off because it's that hot. I'm drinking coffee here with you this afternoon. It was a long night last night. Anyway, a lot of contemplation, a lot of prayer, a lot of thought. So anyway, moving on. With the heat wave and stuff, the cooler southern conditions that we have temperature wise across the United States, and then it's hotter up north than it is down here in the southern United States. It's notable that we should understand that global change, environmental changing is happening. It's not it's no longer waiting for it. It's happening. So understand that I gave you guys information that there were waters underneath the soil. There's large, vast amounts of water, and it's being forced up. There is a place, I guess, in Italy that is, they're saying that if it sparks off a certain volcano and a certain earthquakes happen, that a lot of water is going to be forced up all at one time, and the sea's level is going to rise across the world, of course, and we're going to see the coastlands change. People are going to be forced out of their homes. People are going to be forced to move back inland because their houses are in a foot or two of water, or so. So keep that in mind. Pray for our environmental situation. We need it. All of us need to pray for that, right? It's not a good situation, but nonetheless, we don't have to worry about if and when global changes or global environmental conditions are going to change. We're here. They're changing. It's just a fact now. No getting around it now. The proof's in the pudding, as they say. Are we going to have a pole shift? Was a question that was asked, and this is part of it, just so you know. The sun is also kicking off a lot of CMEs, like I said earlier, and solar flares because there was a binary system that's close by, and our sun is reacting to it, and its reaction to it is causing the planets to have an effect. It's heating up the planets. Not just Earth. All the planets in our solar system are heating up. You can also Google that and look that up. All right, so the moving on to the next big bullet point, the United States. So the Intel guys released information, and this is the most information I've got in a long time. It was a very big amount of information here, and this is how it went down. The United States, basically, everybody knows who lives here in the United States that we're divided. We are a people that is divided. I mean, we're divided right down party lines. Democrat and Republican, and I don't really mind either group. You know, I really don't. I try not to get too wrapped up in that because I take a step back and look at the condition. And unfortunately, when our people also are against a lot of people, we have a lot of people mad at our government. We've got a lot of people in government that are mad at the people, and the situation that we have is not good. It's a poor condition that really doesn't allow us to move forward. It kind of holds us in place, and we need to move ahead to get anything done, and it seems like we can't, right? So not only are we're divided many ways as a nation right now along party lines. You know, even some states don't agree with other states' stuff, and then you also have in this, you know, the counties and the cities. You've got divided people even in the cities. And I'm going somewhere with this in the commentary, by the way. So I mean, I'm going to go with that. So understand that we have people in the government, people in the Pentagon who are Democrats and Republicans. We've got people in the FBI who are Democrats and Republicans. We've got people in the CIA who are Democrats and Republicans. We've got people, of course, in the United States government who are Democrats and Republicans. And that funnels down all the way down to the municipal level, the city level. You get where I'm going with this? What I'm saying is you're starting to have groups that are doing things. And the things that they're doing, they think are in the best interest of their country, and they're not waiting anymore to try to get solidarity between Democrats and Republicans. They're not. They're not waiting. They're just acting. And, of course, what one side does, the other doesn't like, and vice versa. So we're not in a good situation. Our condition as a country is, at best, we look weak to outside of our country. We look weak to the world right now. We look leaderless. We look like we don't know what we're doing, and that we can't get anything done. So keep that in mind. So I hear that with this situation going on that I just described, There's two of everything. There's two Pentagon's leaderships. There's two FBI leaderships. There's two CIA leaderships. There's two, you know, leaderships in the White House, in the Senate, House and Senate. There's two leaderships here, and it's becoming extremely pronounced. So you won't be surprised when I hear or when I tell you to hear that the intel sources are saying that it's highly possible. They wouldn't confirm it, but they said it is highly possible that the United States outside governmental agencies, they so strategically put it, were probably involved with the assassination that happened down south of here in Haiti, and other individuals. And I know they're looking for people right now. They're looking for individuals, and there's been some gunfights down there and stuff like that, some shootouts, and people are being arrested and all this other good stuff. And there are some Americans down there that are being sought after and stuff like that. But are they the real people, or are they the scapegoat? You know, we've got government intelligence agencies that are so diverse in how they pull off a plan. You know, a case in point would be look back in history. You know, Jack Ruby shot Lee Harvey Oswald. You know, and Lee Harvey Oswald, was he the actual shooter? Was he the only shooter if he was a shooter? And was he used as a scapegoat? You know, so I mean, the confusion is still there to this day because they did such a good job of and planned execution of somebody that nobody can figure out exactly pinpoint what happened. This may be what happened down in Haiti, because this was a taking out a government leader, leader in Haiti. So that was very interesting. What all the details are, I'll be curious to see how the narrative changes or doesn't change here in the near future and on into the future. You got to understand that both sides think they're right. The Democrats think they're right, and the Republicans think they're right, and they both love this country like I do. I love this country. I love my country. You know, and I wish somebody could just say, "Hey, let's knock all this stuff off and let's get on to making our country better. Let's get on to making our country do the right thing again." You know, type of thing. So keep that in mind. I mean, honestly, guys, where I'm going with this is, we've got two groups doing what they think is right. It's just what's going on. Anyway, the things we can expect to see more protests here in the United States, more violence, especially here very soon over this summer. Over this summer, the next 2 months. So the next 2 months, you're going to see that. We may even see attempted coups here in the several places and states and on federal levels. We may see economic warfare like we've never seen before, with the government taxing the people and the people rebelling and saying, "I've had enough." There's already been state tax revolts already up north after COVID unleashed and people wanted to get their businesses back up and running. The local governments were saying, "Well, we need more tax now from you, and we need more business tax out of you." And they were like, "Nope, you ain't getting it." And they had major meetings of the small businesses and stuff got together and decided all of them were not going to pay. So that stuff's already happened. You expect to see more of that on a state level, maybe very soon, within a month or so, probably national level. People are going to get to the point where they cannot look at what's going on here in our country and stand it anymore. So economic warfare, yeah, to expect that. States may regroup together and secede. That's a possibility. I don't think we'll get to that point, but I think we'll be close to it because of what's going on, the leadership in our country right now, the direction that they're taking us. And what are they doing? I mean, look at what they've done. People that they've appointed to be in the UN, the United States government, literally have led a plan to have a global tax. This global tax, 130 of the 138 countries in the UN signed on happily, saying, yes, let's do a world global tax. Another drink of coffee there. And, it's notable. I don't like the fact that, we're facing, big businesses and small businesses are facing a global tax now. for this stuff. And another thing yet that we have to pay for, and our debt isn't any lower, and they're hitting the acceleration button on that. They're hitting the gas pedal. They're not stopping to spend. They're spending more. So not happy about that at all. By the way, not happy. So I'm not liking what I'm seeing, as well as others I'm sure are with me with that. So the Middle East, and it's this is going to be good. You're going to forgive me if I get a little passionate here because I'm really really excited and also troubled with what I'm fixing to the information I'm fixing to release here. So the Middle East, okay. So there's meetings going on, and they have been going on in the UAE, the United Arab Emirates, over in Dubai. These meetings have been private. I didn't know about them until just here, the other day, and I was like, "Well, good grief, what in the is going on? What in the world is going on?" So let's get to it. The meetings are about taking back the Middle East. You've got the most wealthiest Arab leaders and Arab people that are meeting in Dubai, and they want the Middle East back. They want control of the Middle East, and they have already started and begin an operation that has started. And the operation is basically kicking the U.S. out of the Middle East, and probably just basically will be able to be in Israel, and that's it. They have Iran proxy armies or militias have started attacking the embassies in Syria. The embassy, I believe, in Iraq has been hit a lot. They have also been attacking all the military locations of the United States troops in Iraq and in Syria. So with that, the munitions and armory that they have that I'm reading and stuff, the way they're attacking and stuff is showing that they're improved munitions and the hardware weaponry that they have is what I meant to say is it's advanced from what they normally use. They're getting the job done. Let's put that away. They're really causing a lot of trouble. Of course, we pulled out of Afghanistan, and that was a planned thing. But you're going to start to see the United States have to either pull out or start fighting back with an extreme amount of retaliation to push back. So we'll see which way it goes. And right now, our country doesn't look like it has a strong leader. And I don't know if that leader that we have, our president, is in control. There may be a small group, a team behind him controlling him. I hate to say this. This is just a weird deal, but a lot of people are seeing it. A lot of people are thinking it, and I'm just the same, and I'm saying something about it. I don't know. We'll see. So the UAE also is building an army. They're building a large army. They're funding it and supplying it, and it's about to do something, and it's going to need a leader, and it has a leader now that's been chosen, and we're going to get to that. That's going to be some of the big stuff today. Is it has a leader now, and that leader is significant, guys, biblically significant. So stay tuned, stay sharp, listen closely. All right, so this leader that is going to be in charge of this army that the Arabs nations and the wealthy Arab leaders that are getting together and have had these meetings, and now the plan is now starting. It's going to change the Middle East. It's going to change the world, in fact. So let's he's also going to join with Russia, China, Turkey, Jordan, Lebanon, Yemen, Saudi Arabia, and of course the Gaza Strip folks, Palestinians, and other. Egypt's kind of hanging in limbo, I heard, strangely enough. Yeah, I was shocked to hear about, of course, Iraq as well. I was a little caught off guard when I heard Saudi Arabia, and yeah, when I heard that they were doing this gathering and getting an army together to do something about the Middle East problem. And why not, right? It's a mess over there. So the army's being assembled, and they were looking for a leader, and the wealthy leaders and the nation's leaders have over time they've kept a well hidden secret, well hidden, and very secret. Okay, they're going to surround Israel. This army's going to surround Israel. 99.9% sure they're going to surround Israel once they clean out the Middle East and they have who they want in place and the people they want out are out. And this is going to happen over the next 2 months. And so there was a man who lived in the Middle East who was born. He's 35 years old currently, and he's not supposed to be where he is right now, is what I was told. But he is where he is because of who he is and what he is. I did background research on the guy and was just was just blown away. Had no idea. This guy came out of nowhere, um, and he's been working with the United States. He's been at the White House. He's been all over the Middle East, and he is loved and well respected. And over the years, back in 2017, he is royalty, and he was a prince. But now every nation over there in the Middle East, you can have multiple princes and royalty, but only one of them is going to be crowned the prince of the nation. And that's what I'm getting to get a fine point on it. The individual is, like I said, well loved and known throughout the Middle East and Afghanistan. He's been an ambassador for several nations, to several nations from his country, which is Saudi Arabia. The current crowned prince in 2017, he's not current now, but at the time of 2017, his crown was taken away. There was plenty of princes in line that could have gotten the crown, but they didn't give it to all the other ones that had been in line, and the ones they gave it to this individual. They cleared the path and made him the crowned prince of Saudi Arabia. Okay? Now listen carefully. The crowned prince of Saudi Arabia in 2017. Okay? I'm fixing to drop the name, guys. And the things that this individual is doing has been noted. And you can look up the articles when I give you the name. Google this guy. Read the articles about who he is, what he does, and what the people and the nations in the Middle East think about him. Okay? He also did something prophetic. He has done something prophetic, and he really didn't have to do much. It just basically he fit the bill, like to a T. So, his name, Mohammed bin Salman, is his name. He's 35 years old, and he is the crown prince of Saudi Arabia. And there were people pushed aside in royalty for him to have the crown. This is why. If it wasn't big enough that he fulfilled a prophecy in the Quran because of a special birthmark that he had at birth, it also happens to be that he is a direct bloodline descendant to the Prophet Muhammad. Check that out. How is that, folks? How is that? Mohammed bin Salman. That is the guy. 35 years of age currently. He was 33 years old in 2017 when he was crowned the Prince of Saudi Arabia. So, expect to see him, guys. Expect to see him, without a doubt. He is going to be reluctant to do what he does. In a couple of months, all the work that he's fixing to do, people are going to ask him, because they're going to start to think in the Middle East that he's the great teacher. He's the 12th Imam. He is the Middle East Messiah, which will be, wow, that lets us know where we are as Christians now, doesn't it? It lets us know the time period and verifies what I've been telling you guys for some time. The end of the age has happened. The beginning of the new age is here. It's here, without a doubt. And it's in our word, the word of our Bibles. It tells us, the conditions that will exist, the things that will happen with this new age, the time period that we're in. So, now you know. Read the articles on him, and I promise you will see nothing but just they adore him. They think he's the stuff, and he's loved by many nations and his own people in the Middle East. And he's been at the White House, and he's hung out with Biden, no less. I seen the news articles, and I was like, good grief. Anyway, I wanted to drop that to you guys and let you know about the shift. Let's get to that because Mohammed bin Salman has a lot to do with the time frame and the shift that's going to test us. So, as this next couple of months, and let's just get this out now that we're here, the shift is happening right now. The decisions have been made to change the world by the most elite, most powerful people in the Middle East and the elite of the world. They have a master plan, and it's in full swing now. It started just a while ago, and now it is moving. The Middle East, dynamics of the Middle East are going to change over the next 2 months. The world is going to change over the next 2 months. And what we thought was right will no longer be right. And what we thought was wrong will no longer be wrong. This is going to be a dark spiritual takeover of the world. Okay? All of us will be tested over the next 3 months. All of us. Life will be different. You know, the elite have a plan for us to basically take away all our nations and make one world government, make one world order. They've been talking about it for a while. Well, here it is. Now we're shifting to that, a globalism. That's why the Democrats are doing what they're doing. They're listening to the elite people of the world. And strangely enough, I'm going to have a Wednesday broadcast coming up talking about who the elites are in contact with of the world, the most richest, powerful people that own the financial institutions of the world. Who are they in contact with? I've got some very, very interesting intel on that situation. And I'll be revealing that on Wednesday. I'm working on it right now for you guys. You're going to be surprised, and you're going to be taken back a little bit when I tell you that this is not just a human plan. There's more to it, guys. And it has to do with aliens. I'm just going to let you know right now. I'm going to put a little teaser in there for you guys. So that's what's going on. So summation of everything that's going on. We have Earth changes going on, okay? We've got things going on from the core of the Earth all the way to the atmosphere and into space. We've got things happening in our solar system. We've got things happening with mankind. We literally, folks, have nation against nation. We've got kingdoms against kingdoms. We've got brothers against brothers, okay? We've had pestilences going on. We have plagues, pandemics going on. There's also a threat by Warren Buffett, of all people, got out on the media and told us to look out here in America for a biological, chemical, or radiological event. He says it's inevitable. It's going to happen. Google that. Prepare for that. Because if we start to defend Israel, you know we're going to get hit by some superpower. It could be Russia and China. They're worthy opponents to do that. They could cause trouble for us. And our government, what are they going to do about it, you know? So we'll see. We'll see. But the plan is in full swing. The shift is happening and will be done over the course of the next 2 to 3 months. Life will be different. The new age will have taken hold. The age that we're seeing become dimmer and dimmer will be history only. And there'll be those of us who mourn for that last age we're in. So be ready for that. Hold tight to your faith. No matter what you see, what you hear, stick to the documents of the testaments, the will and testaments of our Heavenly Father. Stick to the documents. Stay true to them, no matter what you see, no matter how dark it gets, and no matter what happens. Okay? Hold tight to your faith. You're going to be shaken down to the core of your soul. Because it's going to happen. It's happening. Over the next 2 or 3 months, the shift is happening. That's the time frame. That is the time frame. So we have the wars and rumors of wars as well. We have all this stuff happening, guys. This stuff's right out of the book, you know? For those of us who know it, it's right out of the book. Our Heavenly Father knew this was going to happen. He told us what mankind and the fallen angels would do. He told us beforehand. And it's all written through there. See that I have told you this beforehand. Him telling you that, is a huge heads up. Why does he do that? Because he loves us. and He wants us in heaven with Him. He wants us, but to do that. But it's our choice. We have to fight. It's not something that's going to be just given to us. We have to fight and keep hold to our faith, and in doing so, He will keep His end up. I have that security in my heart. So, with that being said, I just want to tell everybody that continue to pray for our country and our world, and expect this stuff to happen. I don't see it not happening. So the waiting period for the new age taking grip is over. The massive changes are going to happen. And get ready to lose the luster of the shiny United States to the world, the shining light to the world. It's going dim, and it's getting dimmer. Seems like every day. So, I hope this has been satisfying. Like and subscribe, guys. If you have any news for me or any questions or comments, please feel free. Please feel free. Tell your friends about this place, this webpage, and I hope you have enjoyed the amount of information I'm putting out. If you want to sit down with some group of friends or whatever and pull them down and just show them how crazy this is, feel free to do so. It's not for everybody, I'm pretty sure, but yeah, we're in the last days, guys. There's no doubt. Take care. Be safe. Stay well. Chieftain is out.